Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. Now, guys, in this video, we're gonna talk about Stefon Diggs and Christopher Blake, honey. Now, you guys know that Christopher Blake has a countersuit against Stefon Diggs. Christopher Blake is asking the court permission to amend his countersuit. He wants to add some new evidence to support his claims against Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs is telling the court that they should not allow Christopher Blake to amend his countersuit because Christopher Blake is just a media whore. Christopher Blake is doing all that he's doing to garner media attention. And I must say, what Stefon Diggs is saying, it is true. But you know what else is true at the same time? The court understands game. The court understands that you need attention, Stefon Diggs. They understand that Cardi B used Christopher Blake to garner the same attention because the moment she got her show and she performed at that show after going after Christopher Blake, she was off the internet. So do you think that the court is going to say, oh, yes, he's a media whore. Media whores don't deserve justice? No, that's not how they look at it, boo-boo. Media whores do deserve justice too. TMZ's a media whore. Do you think the court is going to throw out their case and say, oh, you're a media whore, TMZ, you don't deserve justice? You think they're going to throw out a Kim Kardashian is the original come-up queen of all come-up queens. Do you think that the court is going to throw out Kim's case and say, oh my God, this is Kim Kardashian? Oh no, Kim, we know you're up to something, honey. We are not going to give you due justice. Every citizen has the right for their case to be heard in front of a judge and a juror. And that is common sense. Your brother and Christopher Blake's apartment had to settle out of court with Christopher Blake because Christopher Blake's case, it was so damn good. He had multiple video evidence. You have the same video evidence. And now look at you telling the court this man's case should be thrown out. Like, I'm wondering, do you guys think this is Chef Mila, boo-boo? This ain't Chef Mila. You don't realize that this blue-eyed man ain't playing with you, huh? You ain't realizing that this blue-eyed boy that makes you smile so much ain't playing with you. And you're not understanding that the court wants to keep us all busy and keep everyone. Do you think the court is there as a statue? The court wants to be fed. It's a system. And if it doesn't allow the flow of freedom by allowing Christopher case to go forward, do you think the court is going to send that message out there to people who believe that they have been assaulted wrongfully? Do you think the court is going to send a message to people to say, you know what, if you feel like someone has assaulted you, roofed you, and then tried to assault you, don't even come forward with your case. We're going to toss it out. Do you think the court wants to send that message to anyone in this day and age? You know, people, as Bob Marley would say, some people are so poor, all they have is money. Because where is Stefon Diggs and his attorney common sense? None. But it's a due legal request. It's a process. They're going through it and hoping it sticks. Is it gonna stick, boo-boo? Heck no. And we can't wait for it not to stick. Because guess what? As I've said, of course Christopher Blake is looking for a come-up. I would be looking for a come-up too. Especially since that Biney has inserted herself. Who would not want to come up? If I'm here and I've got beef with an adult, and if my beef with this adult predates back to his current spouse, and the current spouse is coming at me, don't you think I'm gonna go harder? Christopher is gonna go harder. Christopher is saying, Your Honor, you know what? Since my case does not make any sense to this man, and since this man claims that I'm telling a lie, I'm asking you permission to add new evidence to support my claims against Stefon Diggs, right? And I don't blame Christopher. I really don't blame him. And can you blame Christopher? Absolutely not. If I had a man smiling like that, and then after, listen, if Christopher tried to steal Stefon Diggs things, it still does not give Stefon Diggs and his brother and his team the right to beat up this man 2 times, strip him naked, and record it. It's just not right. A wrong is wrong. And when you attack someone, when you physically attack someone, when you decide that you're going to take the law into your own hands, when you decide that you're going to take matters into your own hands, right? How dare you tell Christopher Blake how to proceed in his own defense? Because if you attack someone, the person has every single right to defend themselves. They have every right to defend themselves. And we were there to say Christopher is lying. We don't know Christopher like that, but honey boo boo, we know you like that. Because the mere fact, that you have 2 antlers hanging at the front of your head, which is seem as girly to us, it's a girly thing. You know, you're a black man. You wear braids, that's fine, but you have 2 antlers at the front as though you wanted to did your baby girl on her birthday. To us, it's giving gay. And then I looked at a picture that I came across yesterday, him and one of his female friends, and it was in that photo with his tongue like this. Let me see if I can do it, because I'm a woman, and do you know how salacious in manner you have to be just posing like that in a candid photo? Like, do you know how salacious you have to be as a man to be posing and outposing a woman in a salacious manner? He can't tell us he's not bisexual. At this point, he can't tell us that he's not. We're not going to believe him. We're going to be like, okay, we respect you, but does it mean that we're going to believe you? Heck no. Heck no. So he's now saying, Your Honor, throw the case out. This man accusing me of sexual assault is a media whore. The judge doesn't care. And to be frank, we don't either. We don't care. We don't judge, but we're judging. As our dear Wendy would say. So I'm just looking at this report and to see if there's anything else in addition that is going on to this new case. And there's nothing else. There is a entire report out, but the summary of it, because everything else that is being mentioned, you guys know what is going on. You guys know that he had the clap back on Insta with Cardi B, where he called her, and then Stefon Diggs called Christopher Blake mamas, you know, and then we know that Stefon Diggs just signed with Washington Commanders for $12 million. But outside of that, the only thing that's new is that Stefon Diggs claimed his male accuser, Christopher Griffith, is full of it and only trying to make new claims to their legal battle in an attempt to get more publicity for himself. The NFL star filed court docs obtained by TMZ opposing Christopher's effort to amend his countersuit to add new evidence to support his claims against Stefon. And then they go into they went back into 2023, as we've previously reported. Christopher claims Stefon sexually assaulted him at his home in 2023 and then had members of his family beat him up a week later. Stefon denies the claim against him. But the court ruled in Christopher's favor. The court ruled in Christopher's favor on the beat up case. Christopher won millions in that. So Christopher has his So Christopher has this good money. He has this good money to fight Stefon Diggs on these legal battles. And that's what Stefon Diggs is afraid of. You see, God works in mysterious ways. You all came together. You all came together. Stefon Diggs and his team and everyone, they came together and they derailed Chef Mila. They lied on that woman saying that that woman would like, I'm so upset. You know what? I'm going to tell you why I'm upset about what they said about Chef Mila, right? And I've never told you guys this, but I'm going to tell you guys why I'm upset. When they said Chef Mila was doing dry hot dogs, and I've seen stuff from Chef Mila, and I know that that woman can cook. And I said, Chef Mila doesn't do dry hot dogs. She does loaded hot dogs, special types of hot dogs. And I'm not talking about hot dogs in a salacious nature or manner. I'm talking about the food that you actually eat. You know, that woman gives you a loaded hot dog, you'll be full of energy and revitalized. That's just how she do. And she has some other little servants add to it. And I was offended because when you want to attack someone's reputation like that, knowing that this person is trying to work on building their brand because you want to get away from accountability. This man, Stefon Diggs, loves to put his hands on people. He is aggressive on the field. You can see it. He's super talented. And when you see someone aggressive like that on the field, if you're at the wrong place at the wrong time with him, you're bound to experience at least 5% of that aggression. And it's common sense. It's literally plain, simple common sense. You don't need a rocket scientist to know that, but it's just that work that out with a man. You don't do that to a woman or the people that you may have a crush on, okay? But kudos to Stefon on that 12 million contract. Maduka Okoye doesn't want Barnaby. And Barnaby is about to spin the block with Stefon Diggs, and she's going to be like a dog eating her vomit. And we're going to talk about that in another video coming up after this. Peace.